Hey guys, Shio here. I just wanted to talk about the recent controversies with the game of MapleStory Idol within the gameplay stuff that was found out about, like with the attack speed cap and the compensation for it for the gameplay and everything. And I'll be honest with you, it was kind of shocking finding out about that, but at the same time not surprising with how slow your guy attacks based on how much attack speed you have, because people were saying for a long time that their attack speed doesn't match their character, especially once you get past 30 to 60, and there was a reason why for that. If you don't know, around 4 days ago, they've been compensating players based off the whole thing being found out about there was a bug within the coding that made it so that the attack speed of your character was capped at, let me show you, the frame rate FPS of your device. So let me show you. This right here, it was capped at the FPS of your device. And it's still, and don't get me wrong, it's understandable why something like that would happen, but it's a very significant problem. It's very significant because what this means is you're going to be way behind on stages, you're going to be way behind on everything because of this, because you're building an attack speed setup. And the attack speed being capped at, say, your device being 60 FPS or 30 FPS, it would be capped at 30 or 60%, and that's very, very significant. And the way they've been compensating players is they've been giving out upgrades and everything for the recent couple days. And these don't get me wrong, these are really good compensations, 50 one of them was actually, I believe, 50,000 red gems at first, 3 days ago. This one is 50 potential cubes and 50,000 Medal of Honors, and then the most recent one being a big one, 100 Star Force scrolls, 100,000 Medal of Honors, 50 enhancement cubes, 3 million Mesos. That's a really good compensation, but I think where they're going with it is they're trying to compensate the players as much as possible now, because there's been a big distrust within the community, and I can understand that. I can understand it was a significant gameplay problem, a significant one. When it comes down to actual core gameplay with your attack speed being capped at, not to say the right amount, it's a lot of trust right there gone. And to make people understand this, 60% attack speed is very, very slow. If the cap, I can't remember what the cap was. I believe it was 100 and what was the cap for attack speed again? Let me check. 100, yeah, 150%. So people would be going to 100% attack speed, and then they wouldn't be able to get to that attack speed because it's capped at 60, but the game says it's capped at 150. So there is a significant problem there where it was capped at the FPS, and that causes a big distrust within the community at the moment. So I get where they're coming from. I like the compensation for this, because the amount of time you can put into something, the amount of time you put into your account, as well as the fact that the attack speed was capped at a lower percent than it should have been, means less stages have been completed by your character if you've been running an attack speed build. So I really do like that they're compensating this much. Let me remind you, this much. They're compensating this much for the recent flaw within their coding. And that's where I just don't know where they're gonna be going about the next update, because I think they need to do something for the community at this point, because it just feels like there's a lot of tension between this problem. A lot of people, I know my servers, there's some people who are incredibly mad about this, and I understand why. I'm mad as well, because that's potential. That's when I was running my attack speed build, that was potential stages that was not being completed because my attack speed was capped. So that's all I really want to talk about today in this video. What do you guys think of the recent compensation, how they should be going about it within their damage control? Because I think their damage control is good at the moment, but definitely needs to do something for the player base now. they definitely need to do something for the player base now, like within a big update besides just the compensation, because there's like I know a lot of people are mad about it, like a lot of people.